Spanish Greats. Hernan Cortes. Hernan Cortes was a Spanish conqueror born in Medellin, Badajoz, in 1485. He met his end in Seville in 1547. He studied for 2 years in the University of Salamanca, but he wasn't quite able to finish his law studies, largely due to being an atrocious student. He then tried to enroll with the great captain's army, Fernando González de Córdoba, to fight in the Italian wars. At last, in 1504, he set his sails towards Hispaniola and the New World, which had only been discovered by Columbus some 12 years prior, and whilst there he attained a solid prestige, which was the main reason why Diego de Velázquez, governor of the island, considered him to lead an expedition to Mexico. Velázquez had some prior knowledge about the existence of the Aztecan Empire and its great wealth, thus desiring to explore and even conquer. In February 1519, after some bickering between the governor and Cortes, he set off to Mexico along with 11 ships, 400 Spanish soldiers and 200 Indians. He stopped off at Cozumel Island, whence he picked up another Spanish sailor who would later serve as an interpreter for the native Mayan people of the part of the Aztecan Empire they were destined for. Whilst in the Yucatan Peninsula, the Spanish expedition had run-ins with several natives, after which 20 Indian women were taken, among which was La Malinche, the young daughter of an Aztecan cacique who would later become his mistress and translator from Nahuatl language of the Mayan to Aztecan and latterly Aztecan to Spanish via the sailor they had picked up in Cozumel. Vital for Cortes, and due to this he was able to find out a lot regarding the Aztecan Empire. Upon arriving to the Aztecan Empire, he founded the city of Veracruz, and there the very first Catholic Mass was held. Firearms and horses used by Cortes's army terrorized the native tribes. One of such tribes was the Tlaxcaltecas, subjugated by Aztecans and coerced into paying high taxes and handing over prisoners as human sacrifices in the Aztec temples of Tenochtitlan. The advance of Cortes was advocated by the discontented tribes under Aztecan rule. The Emperor Montezuma sent quite a few messengers with gifts to try and convince him not to continue with his conquest, but these gestures did nothing but increase his ambitions. Cortes's arrival to the Aztecan capital was peaceful. The natives received him, pondering the possibility they had been sent by the gods. But then Cortes took Montezuma prisoner and asked him rather politely to rule according to his commands. This provoked anger, and an uprising soon followed, led by Montezuma's cousin Cuauhtémoc. Cortes coerced Montezuma into speaking to his people to calm them down, but they launched arrows and rocks in a furious attack that fatally wounded Montezuma. He died days later, and the Spanish, besieged by the Aztecans, fled the city. Latterly this name came to be referred to as the Sad Night, as many Spanish were killed in the flight. The Spanish, with the Tlaxcaltecas, regrouped and gave battle to the Aztecans, defeating them in the Battle of Atumba. Cortes took the city Tenochtitlan, destroyed the Aztecan temples, the main temples, and drew up plans for a new city that he called Mexico, and distributed land to the Spanish conquerors to start building them. King Charles V rewarded the conquerors with land and wealth, and named Cortes governor and captain of New Spain, as the Aztecan Empire was renamed.